My name is Kaashif Ghanie. Friends and family call me Kaz. My medium is ceramics. I make functional pottery, and sometimes I'll make bigger pots, which have a bigger statement and stuff like that. And I will sometimes incorporate multimedia aspects as well.
How did you figure out that this is what you want to do, or was there someone that kind of guided you that way?
For me, initially in university, I was studying other things, but I took intro ceramics with Neil Forrest, and he was away for 2 weeks for a conference, and we had another instructor come in, Rachel DeConde, and we got to try pottery and throwing for the first time, and it just clicked. It made sense, and I was able to throw something. It was like it came naturally, and it opened up the world of possibilities for me.
When you think about your work historically, do you see certain themes? Like, is there a like sort of driving force that kind of keeps you doing this thing that is hard sometimes?
So for me, I would say one of the biggest factors for when I started trying to figure out what I wanted to like do on vessels and stuff was prayer rugs. Prayer rugs in my family growing up as a Muslim were very prominent. They're very ornate. They're very beautiful. And for me, I wanted to put that into ceramics and pottery in some way. So I was able to kind of recontextualize old family rugs and kind of develop my own patterns based off those. I have one work that I'm very proud of, and I wish I could show it some more. In 2020, I was given an Arts Equity grant from Arts Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
And the work is called Grammar of War Remnants. For me, when I describe a vessel or a pot, you have your belly, your neck, and your foot. They're very like figurative base, right? So I kind of use that as like a stand-in for how I use figuration in my work. And so with these slub vases, I essentially made a whole, like almost 120 of them, or 111. I can't remember the exact number, but it was a bunch of them, and they were all decorated with different patterns, and they were meant to kind of resemble a prayer rug, but like a giant prayer rug. And it's meant to talk about like fallen brothers and sisters and genocide and so on and so forth.
Is there a particular piece about living and creating, working in Nova Scotia that makes it special for you?
I think for me, living and working in Nova Scotia, I think the biggest thing is like all the support I've been given.
Yeah.
From whether it's like through arts organizations and stuff like that, I've definitely had that, like the craft community, specifically like the Center for Craft. I started off doing my residencies there, and that community has kind of like helped foster who I am and what I'm able to do now.
So what does this award mean for you then?
So this award, I feel as though it's like the culmination of the last 6 years of my work. I've worked my butt off to try and like build all these pieces and so on and so forth. So for me, it's the accumulation of all those elements being put together, but also the next stepping stone part of my career.
So is there anything else that we might have missed that you'd like to talk about?
I think for me, and I was talking about this with my partner.
Yeah.
My partner and I, Keke, we share a studio in the 180 Studios in Chibouctic, Halifax. For me, I want to advocate for the arts.
Okay.
As a person of color, I don't see a lot of persons of color, especially in pottery making. And I think it's important for people like us to be, shown, and also understand this is a viable career.